prefigured. Money matters. Channel 4 News at 6. Number 1 in Southern California.
Good evening. Top story on the news at 6 o'clock. A flash of a past nightmare for former President Ronald Reagan today. He narrowly escaped injury during a speech in Las Vegas when a man rushed to the podium. The former president was talking to the National Association of Broadcasters, and then 41-year-old Richard Springer walked up and smashed a crystal statue near Mr. Reagan.
Strengthening.
Excuse me, President Reagan.
President Reagan.
Oh my God.
There's a real thing of death going on at Tuesday tomorrow. Very frightening. Mr. Reagan, though, was not hurt at all. In fact, he returned and
That's
finished
this
his
guy
speech, and he
Springer who
jokingly
did
asked
this.
if that man happened to be a Democrat.
What happened? I can say
Springer, as it
away.
happens, is an
No, but what happened
anti-nuclear
before that?
activist from Arcadia, and he is in Secret Service custody tonight. Mr. Reagan, of course, you remember, was wounded during that assassination attempt back in 1981.
So did they show anything at the beginning of this?
He tried to get the word out about the nuclear test.
But today, what happened before that?
We're going to play it back for you. It's unbelievable.
Was the victim of last Wednesday's
Oh, I
shooting.
don't want to hear this
A
stuff.
witness tipped off police, and today
No. Okay, as soon as that's over, we'll
Yeah,
put
it's
this
over.
on. Incredible.
That's great. We'll make a bumper.
Because I don't think he'd see, and Paul says that he doesn't think that he meant to, it's too bad about this glass. He was just holding it and it burst.
Oh, he was holding it in his
So it
hand?
looked as if he was throwing this missile at him. He just wanted to rush up to the podium and say, there's going to be a nuclear test, you've got to stop it.
But what was the glass?
It was the award that was being given to Reagan.
He was holding the award?
Yeah.
He was.
And it was a glass. I'll show it to you. I think. I can't even tell what it was.
So let's evolve, revolve, and dissolve with Clan Dyker!
Shut the test side down. Everybody here says shut the test side down. Come on, what are we all about? You monkeys, let's go! Everybody here says shut the test side down. Everybody here says shut the test side down. Put it together, come on! Everybody here says shut the test side down. With feeling and power, everybody here says shut the test side down. Shut it down.
The 90s, my favorite show!
Oh, waving!
Yeah,
What's
the
happening
90s, the 90s!
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna shut them down, to shut the test site down, you understand? That's what I'm here for. My name is Hot Cross Bunny, and I plan to get popped on Easter Sunday. I'm gonna walk in with everybody to Mercury, Nevada, and be arrested as the Easter Bunny. I'm gonna give the police all little eggs, and nothing will happen to me because I'm wearing, if you want to pan down, I have my human foot for luck here.
That is good.
That everybody should wear. And nice piece of nice tail here. I'll tell my tale. And I've got my radioactive meltdown ice cream. And I plan to take a horrible situation and have some fun with it. Because there's nobody left to blow up but ourselves. Let's face it. It's an insult to our wallets and our planet. So it's time to shut it down.
What's the time frame?
Okay, tomorrow we begin the first day of the walk. We walk for 5 days, and on Easter, what did Wendell Berry say? Practice resurrection. We all get arrested.
And when does it close down? That's what we want to know.
Hopefully before Sunday.
Right. All right.
All right, Sorsha, thank you.
Listen, to give you an idea of how serious his job is, how many of you going on the walk tomorrow? All right. Well, get prepared to get nuked, because Rick Springer just told me that that sometime during the next week they're going to test another bomb. So I applaud your courage and I salute you.
And then 41-year-old Richard Springer walked up and smashed a crystal statue near Mr. Reagan.
And strengthening.
Excuse me, President Reagan. President!
Oh my God.
There's a nuclear test going on on Tuesday tomorrow, Virginia. I don't have it today, but we do carry it. We do carry all the latest orders.
Hey, Jerry Brown.
So you're a volunteer?
Yeah.
How long you been working for him?
2 months.
Where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Huh.
Where are you from?
I'm from this block. I live
I'm from this.
I live on that street, Reed Street.
What are you doing? Just catching up on a bit of photography, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I'm going to go to the Jerry Brown rally.
Oh, right. It's on in about 20 minutes. What's he doing?
Yeah, what's he going to be talking about?
His general platform is the need for radical change in America.
So you're a radical?
Not so much a radical as someone who recognizes that radical change needs to be done. Yeah.
A lot of people are dissatisfied with the way things are.
Yeah, and so they ought to be. The country's going down the plug hole in a big rush.
Yeah, so it's a good time to propose some new plans, huh?
Yeah, it is a good time, and a lot of the plans that Jerry has proposed already have been picked up by other candidates, mainly Clinton.
Yeah. Well, that's good. He's bringing everybody in. That's good.
Yeah, he's bringing people back into the democratic process. Yeah,
okay, well, I will catch up with you later. I want to try and get this guy chanted.
Which guy is this?
This guy is great. He just does he has a great voice, and he sings about his books.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. See you.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Let's wait for this big truck to go by.
But people's gonna have to be sold too, you know.
Yeah. I understand. Just integrate it. Take care of business. Okay, so
That's $2. All right, come again, bring a friend. Check and look and buy a book. We want you to check and look and buy a book. These books are brand new, they're for you. Check them out too. Check a look, buy a book. We want you to check and look and buy a book. These books are brand new, right from the bookstore. We have books galore, right from the bookstore. Books on war, books on gore, right from the bookstore. Check a look, buy a book. Check and look and buy a book. Romance, titillating, thrilling, and chilling. Check a look, buy a book. We got books on fright, books on delight. You can read it at night. Check a look, buy a book. You can read them in bed instead. Check a look, buy a book. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Hullahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa qayyum. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Hullahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa qayyum. Amantu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wal yawmil akhir. Qadri kari wa shari min al-ta'ala wal bayti badal maut. Sadaqallahu al-azim. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Hullahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa qayyum. Amantu billahi wa malaikatihi. Thank you. Check them out some more. These books are new, they're for you. Check them out too. Check a look, buy a book. Check a look and buy a book. Brand new for you, check them out too. These are books on fright, books on delight. You can read them at night. check and look, buy a book. We want you to check and look and buy a book. These books are for you, they're brand new. We got books galore, books on war, right from the bookstore. 1 block to the right.
How are things going anyway?
It's slow.
Yeah?
Slow.
The recession is still going on?
The recession is a depression, a recession, an inflation. It's a discretion.
So did you get involved in regular... Well, now I'm late for this Jerry Brown thing. What is this?
Jerry Brown campaign.
Oh.
5
Are you
minutes.
a volunteer?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Australia.
How come he's got all these Australians working?
There's only 2 of us.
Oh. So how long have you been in New York?
I've only been here a couple of days, so I'm just here to volunteer for the campaign.
How do you like New York City?
Good, yeah.
It's a little rough though, huh?
Yeah, well, it's a big smoke, isn't it?
Yeah, how long have you been here? In America?
Good on you. About a week. Yeah.
It's your first trip?
Yeah. And heading over BC to plant trees for 3 months.
Did you pay your own way to do this?
Yeah.
And are they paying your expenses?
No way, it's all volunteer.
So how come you're doing it?
Oh, America's a good place. It's got to be looked after, you know? And if no one looks after America, well, what's going to happen to the rest of the world, hey?
Yeah.
You're going to get overrun by a Japanese-German economy.
Yeah.
And you're going to be second rate.
So, wow, heavy. So how are people responding to the leaflets? And,
Really good. Really good. You get more people saying, yeah, okay, than saying, no thanks.
Wow, people want change, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, Bush and the Republicans have had their own show for too long. And what are they? A war machine, I reckon. Anyway, it's on.
I better go, yeah.
Okay, mate. Good on you.
On June 1st, 1992, world leaders from almost every nation on the planet will converge on Rio de Janeiro for the first ever Earth Summit. Held by the United Nations, these leaders will sign treaties that will determine the future of our global environment. At stake is the entire human race. Problem is, our own president may not participate. The only way of assuring that he will attend is for him to know that he has the full support of the American people now.
Call 1-800-LEAD-RIO.
Jerry Brown, read the issues. Radical Reconstruction here. Turn it around. Read the issues. Know where he stands. Whoops. Know where he stands. Read the issues.
Where does he stand?
He stands on 2 feet. His own 2 feet.
And how about you?
I'm standing on my 2 feet. We stand together on our own 2 feet.
You've been with the campaign for a while?
As a volunteer, 4 days. Got a chance to turn it around. New York turnout.
Where are you from?
New York.
Really?
You bet. 10th Street.
I want your butt.
Get over there, they have some. Turn around, read the issues, see where he stands. New York's going to turn out.
Okay.
The only man not owned. Raise more money than all of them and refuses to do it.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Turn it around, read the issues.
So you're just making sure they don't hurt the park, or you came to see the candidate?
No, I'll just look.
It's a pretty good turnout, huh?
Yeah.
you 10-1, right?
Get down, please.
Hi. How are you?
Cameras, can you move back, please? I know that. Okay, all right. Come on, move to the side.
Was it a good reading?
Ray, is this an endorsement?
No, it's a strategy to build the city. So that's where the action is.
I'm working now.
You have to be now.
No. Yeah, you gotta move. She wants to work on this campaign, so. Yeah. Well, yeah, a little bit. What are you doing?
What's your policy on AIDS? Jerry, we need a policy, not promises.
We need a clear message.
We will have a clear message, and my message
Now.
is simple. Now, President, speak out on AIDS. Fund the available projects that can provide a cure. And number 3, take care medically of those who are suffering now. Thank you for gathering today. This is the first day.
So you satisfied with the answer?
Yeah.
Today?
I mean, there's one thing to like answer in 30 seconds. There's another thing to like commit like the 300 billion or whatever it takes to cure it.
New York City, because we want to give you a choice. It's going to be a hard-fought election. It's going to be fought on issues, and I believe the people of New York can wake up, can open this process, and yes, the environment, yes, all the other things that people are talking about.
What about Haiti? What's the policy on Haiti?
In the last 2 seconds, I've been asked about environment, Haiti, drugs, and all these things. Deficit. Hey, we got a whole list here. Okay? We're not going to talk about it all today, but between now and April 7th, I hope you'll invite Mr. Clinton to talk about it. I'd like to remember and to follow together.
Now look,
I'm going to ask you.
you know, I may have to run for president, so I don't want to, you know,
I don't want to
I may have to
up.
bail these guys out.
I can ask you about your sex life or anything. This is a great
Well,
program.
I know I'd make president then.
It's a cool program.
Why?
How come you came and you've seen him on TV? Was it different seeing him in person?
A little. I just wanted to see him in person, to see how he came across and see what all this is about, to check out his groupies and his followers and what have you.
So are you going to support him?
I might.
You don't know yet.
He's not talking about things that pertain to
He
me,
said
like
it's your
Graham.
campaign. It's
So?
your campaign.
It's my country.
Yeah.
So is Emmy.
Yeah. What do
know?
you want to hear him talk about?
Graham Rutman and how it destroyed this country. And what is he going to do to turn Graham Rutman around? You know, what are you going to do with all these Dixiecrats? You know, what are you going to do with all these closet Republicans? What are you going to do with all these unemployed yups? What are you going to do? And what are you going to do for the black women of this country? The black women of this country that have been put away in what you would call concentration camps or refugee camps, namely the hotels. The black women of this country, that's what you've done to us over the years.
Well, she's starting her presidential campaign.
Yeah. This is it.
If you read his record, you'll know what he did in California already.
I want to know, as president, what are you going to do to turn around Graham Ruttman and to take my women out of these refugee camps that you call these welfare hotels?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
You're pretty angry about this, huh?
Yeah, I'm angry about it.
Yeah.
You know, if they were of another ethnicity, they would not be in these hotels. You wouldn't have 16 and 17-year-olds
What do you think
in these
about our
hotels
choice of
with all these
candidates that
children.
we're voting for in November?
What are you gonna do?
I mean, there's no black women running for president now, isn't that
Well,
shocking?
I really didn't have time. All right? I really didn't, you know, and I just
But are you
finished paying for a
prepared
wedding,
at
so
the
I didn't have
Democratic-
time, you know?
At the a wedding, congratulations, that's great.
That was just, that was, give me that.
Okay, sorry.
So what else you
Well,
want to
thank
know?
you very much. Nothing, is he a powerful speaker?
No, I gotta work on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
His cheerleaders,
What's
you know,
your name?
Earlene.
Anyone can talk.
How did you feel about your tactic today of having...
Oh, it's great. I'll tell you, you know, Jerry, this is what we like about Jerry Brown. Is you hold up one of these signs and he'll start talking about AIDS.
And you
He
wrote it
will.
right on his position paper,
He'll just go, AIDS. And in fact, when I said, what's your policy? He goes, policy. I said, now. He said, now. You know, it was great. I mean, that's the kind of candidate I want. One who's going to, you know, exactly, say whatever I tell him to say. Our tactic, you know, I think my opinion about our tactic is it's like pathetic that we have to do this. It's pathetic that we have to ask people to talk about this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, at this point, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on, you know? And like I said, at least Jerry Brown is talking about it. Bill Clinton won't talk about it.
Yeah.
But Jerry Brown kind of had to be egged into talking about it. There was a time when he didn't.
And you must feel satisfied with your being able to do something successfully.
Yeah, except that I wish he would have given specific answers instead of issuing a challenge to the other candidates to also talk generally about the subject of AIDS.
Yes, you cannot hold the people back. No.
Excuse me. Oh, Clayton Patterson. It's Clayton Patterson.
Yes, how you doing?
Media Zerilla.
You are.
You getting the shot? There you go.
Jerry, call on.
How do you like New York?
Jeff, you need me?
Call on Therese, the little flower.
Let's see, it's an interview with myself. Hi, Jerry. It's a special effect.
Kevin. Okay. Here's the directions. Come on. Take him out. The event's up here.
We got books galore, books on war, right from the bookstore.
Communications, and we're trying to really break out into new ground here with it's called Camnet, the Camcorder network, and it's all like the 90s camcorder generated imagery. And we have come up with this deal with this cable network where we're broadcasting 24 hours a day, 2 weeks out of every month, and they are letting us sell advertising. So rather than being under the wing of PBS and
would you like to hear world news from where it's happening, while it's happening? You can hear first-hand reports on uprisings like those that recently happened in the Middle East. Right now, ACT Electronics is having a big sale on Sony and Grundig shortwave radios. These radios receive direct broadcasts from all over the world, including the Middle East, Germany, and Latin America. So get down to ACT Electronics now before the world passes you by.
In Antarctica, the daddy penguin sits on an egg, while the mommy penguin waddles back to the ocean for food. Until she returns, he won't eat a thing. I bet he gets hungry.
Today there's talk about a gold rush on the riches of the South Pole. To prevent this environmental tragedy, Greenpeace is now working to have Antarctica declared the world's first world park. If this delicate ecosystem is disturbed, she may never return.
Greenpeace.
Before 1945, chemical farming was unheard of in America. Now it's a fact of life and death. Wise up, America. Support organic farming.
Well, listen, I don't mean to push. Personally, I didn't vote for George Bush. All right, even those that voted for him, for them he made it grim. So this is what I want to say, tush, tush, tush. That's what I feel about George Bush. Not that I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican, but let me tell you now, yep, my friend. Now let me tell you, listen, now the question gets tough, and I ain't got nothing against now Russia. But let me tell you, this is not rehearsed, but you should take care of home first. Then the surplus, the excess, you do your best to give it and spread it to all the rest. Did I do that okay, ma'am? Was that honest? Nothing to admonish. This is what I want to do, and I'm specific. People didn't know I can talk politics. What I meant to say. Oh.
I don't know how I guessed.
You must be Miller, right?
I am Miller.
Hi, I'm Judith.
Hi, Judith. How you doing?
Good, good. Are you the campaign manager, too?
I'm the acting campaign manager, yes, ma'am.
All right.
Come on in.
Okay.
This is our little courtyard.
All right.
Here's our little doorway, leading to our little
To a little campaign headquarters. Well,
Hi, welcome to campaign headquarters.
Thank you.
So let's just start with the idea that the First Lady is such an important position. Globally, she has a lot of influence, certainly nationally. And still, how does she get her job sleeping with the president? And we just feel like that's wrong at this point. So that's the first reason why I think the American people should get to choose who the person is who establishes their social and cultural agenda. I mean, why should we just have someone who says just say no? I mean, because she's attached to the president, I think just say yes. We should be able to choose between no and yes. We should be able to choose someone who's not just a cheerleader for the president. And number 2 or 3 or whatever number we're up to, I think that it's so critical now that we have as many people as possible to help us into this next phase of humanity that we're moving into, or it's going to be too late. We really need to use all of our resources. And so First Lady is this incredible resource we have. It's this whole position that's developed over the course of American history, and we're not using her because it's not an elected position. We don't pay her. Why should she really work? Equal pay, equal work. You know, that's one of the points.
So Jerry Brown would be your perfect candidate to win.
Well,
you wouldn't be often the First Lady.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
Right.
You know,
You have
people say,
something.
is this an anti-Barbara campaign? Yeah. And in fact, one of my campaign mottos is free Barbara. You know, free her. If she wants to run, let her run. If Barbara doesn't want to run, let her run free. So Jerry Brown would be perfect. Well, I like Jerry Brown, so for that he would be perfect. I think this is one of the other points, is that having an elected First Lady would free up the presidency to be a position that single men, bachelors, women, gay men, it would just open up the presidency, because the president wouldn't have to come with this, you know, supportive woman who's just really going to support him and be his little cheerleader. You know, we wouldn't need that anymore. We'd have our own person. So, you know, this is one of my other issues, is that the American people, I mean, once First Lady became an issue, we keep now, because it's so anachronistic, the way we have it. I mean, most American women work and don't just spend their lives supporting their husband's little ideas. So, but we still have this position that needs to be filled by a woman who does support her husband's ideas. I mean, does Barbara really support George's ideas? We don't know. Officially, she does. She has to. So, one of my ideas is that by having First Lady be a position that can work, we could be using her to help us move into the next phase of humanity, which has to be much more ecologically conscious. I mean, we're moving there, but we have to get there faster. And somebody who could connect environmental issues and ecological issues somebody who could serve the people outside of politics in a social cultural way, somebody who could go to 12-step meetings and get the people in 12-step meetings to give their time to, you know, planting trees, because it's all part of the same healing process. We are so not okay as an American culture. We need someone to help us heal. This is part of my idea. I mean, this is why national health care is such an important thing now. It's because we know there's something really wrong, but how are we going to pay for it? How are we going to get better? And this would be, you know, again, First Lady, we always depend on our women to help us in healing and help us in crisis, which we are in. And this would give an opportunity. So let's see.
Detach it from the presidency.
Oh, I haven't said that yet. Thank you. My monitor, campaign manager, and so to speak man. We decided
He's the
so to speak man. Exactly. Most campaigns have yes men, but we have so to speak.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds better.
So to speak. So to speak. So to speak. Yeah. So some people think, are we electing? Does this mean you want to like marry George Bush or marry Clinton or marry? No, this is the Jerry Brown issue. See, Jerry would have whoever he would have, Linda or no one or whatever, and then I would be living on another floor in the White House. It would be completely detached. This isn't about having sex at all. Well, you know, not to say it's not about having sex, because then who's interested? But there'd be the First Lady and the First Lady's spouse, the President, the presidential spouse, very separate, and that would be, you know, just be two different working couples or single people, and then if they had sex, great. The thing that freaks me out about Crossfire is now Sununu is the other host.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm expecting like Bush is going to lose the election. He's going to turn up as the host on Crossfire. Buchanan's going to get in, and Bush is going to be interviewing Buchanan on Crossfire. And then we will totally have no lines. The line between politics and journalism will be completely gone.
So how's everything going?
Okay.
You missed a great event.
Which? Oh, the Jerry Brown. How was that?
That was great. Jerry Brown. Yeah. We were talking for a while. Hi.
Do you mind if I record you?
Uh-oh, hold on. How's my hair? Is it all right?
Just fine. Just
Okay,
fine.
all right.
But there's some coke in your pubic hair.
Oh, no. Actually, I was from Judge Rehnquist.
Who do you like for president?
Who do I like for president?
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards Ron Kovic right now. But I think Larry Agron really has one of the best platforms. It's been shut out by the media, unfortunately. Jerry Brown, I like what he has to say, if you want to know the truth. Bill Clinton, no, I don't know. I guess sounds too much like a Republican to me. And, you know, I don't really have anything against Republican. I mean, I think you can cure republicanism. I think by taking vitamins, I hear it is now possible to do that. So I don't think we should just, you know, push them aside. They are human beings. As far as Bill Clinton's affair, well, I don't know. I can't really comment on it. I don't know that much about it myself. Really, I was.
Does his own interview.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's good. Ask the questions and give the answers. I like
give him the
that.
Bush question now.
One word to describe the Bush?
You're only giving me one word.
I'm sorry.
That's not fair.
I know.
Because I could rant and rave and use profane language all night long about George Bush.
Choose one.
Is fucked up one word?
Yeah.
One word that won't get on TV.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's do it right. I didn't know this was on TV. I thought this was the first one. Okay. Hold on then.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that one word.
Okay, let me take off my sunglasses and have a better image.
You know it'll be on TV.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is the one word answer.
One word?
One word for Bush?
One word about George Bush? Unemployed.
Bush? Great.
He's good president. He's my idol.
Bush? Read my lips.
Venice Beach. This is Venice Beach where we teach, you know, in our unorthodox ways, you know.
In one word, how would you describe Bush?
Take the kids out of the war area
He's a
and
traitor.
the Persian Gulf.
He's a traitor.
Take the kids away.
He's a traitor.
The war is not over, man.
He's not trading
it's not
our
over.
products.
We don't forget that here.
They are trading
We don't forget
destruction
that the war's
instead of
not over.
construction. We have technologies that can feed the world. We're going to be blowing up the world to prove who's most powerful.
Bush?
Jimmy!
No comment. Misinformed.
Re-elected.
That's okay.
I really liked the interview on Larry Cain this week too.
Yes, that was taped when I was in Washington,
Oh,
so
was
I
it?
didn't see it. I'll have to see
Yeah,
it.
it was great. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, is it okay if I videotape you for the 90s, the PBS show? I'm sure it's fine. Whatever.
Can I ask you one question?
No, but you can videotape me anyway.
Do you have? Can you describe Bush in one word?
Can I describe Bush in one? A mistake, a gigantic mistake.
I was waiting for the response. We knew the question.
Okay.
Thank you.
I thought the roll of the eyes was.
Yes, that was Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Do you have a word for Bush?
I agree with Gloria. Big mistake.
Throughout the world, people have been struggling against darkness. They have been fighting to achieve a cornerstone of all basic freedoms, the right to vote. In some places, they have been successful. In others, the light of freedom is yet to shine. But in one nation, which has been a symbol of political freedom to the rest of the world for over 200 years, a shadow has fallen. The United States of America has the lowest voter participation rate of any major democratic country in the world. During our last presidential election, less than half of those eligible exercised their right to vote. Are half of our citizens really unconcerned with social inequality, rising taxes, government scandal, and environmental destruction? Or has the shadow of apathy caused us to take democracy's greatest privilege for granted? Step out of the shadows. Register. Vote.
Decided how you're going to vote on the Elvis selection yet? How about you? Have you decided?
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Well, the station sent me down here. Decided how you're going to vote on the Elvis stamp yet?
Haven't yet. Probably yes.
Yes? How about you? Have you made up your mind on Elvis?
No.
Here's an Elvis fan. You look like an Elvis fan. There's your ballot.
No, thank you.
This is the day you've been waiting for.
No, thanks.
You get to choose. How about you? How do you feel about Elvis? You decide on your Elvis vote yet?
Elvis?
We're doing an exit
Is he running
polling.
for president or
No, he's
something?
running for stamp. I think we've done it.
Have we done it, Jody?
I think we've done it.
I think everybody's getting OD'd on the question. When they go in there, they get CBS, and then out here, they already had Camnet.
That's right. Well, this is a big story in this election year. But I think we've covered it.
Elvis?
We'll do one more. How about you, sir? How are you going to vote in the big Elvis election?
The big Elvis election.
Yes, you get to
I
choose
don't
your
know anything
stamp.
about this.
Well, the post office is giving you a choice between stamp A and stamp B, and for 19 cents you can mail in your ballot with your name and address on the back.
Oh, I kind of like
To
them both,
Tennessee.
actually.
Ah, you're one of those kind of
Yeah,
people.
Yeah, I have a stamp of Stravinsky that I keep.
Really? Well, this won't be out until 93, but
Yeah,
they're doing
yeah.
the polling now. Here, would you
Kinda
like a ballot?
it, Sure, thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go inside and get a couple more ballots, and then we'll go. You know what? I forgot to bring my mail to mail. Are you covering for the news? This is a big moment in American history.
Look at that way for that.
What are you guys doing this for?
Table.
We're taking for a thing called Camnet, Camcorder network. It's a cable. It's actually not here in Oregon. It's in Baltimore. And, what station are you with?
CBS affiliate.
Yeah, we just went up and talked to,
Oh, what you can't talk to us about.
so she gave us all the inside information.
Oh, you're the one. Let's talk to you for a second. You got your Church of Elvis featured on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell them to that, too. Have you ever been to the Church of Elvis?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it. I've seen it. What made you guys volunteer to do this?
Well, Elvis, you know, has always been very interesting to me.
Thank
See you guys at the next story.
We got really hot tape.
Hot tape.
Hot tape.
It's sizzling on the heads.
Have a good day.
Where are you going now?
Thank you.
Over to talk to 4J, yeah.
Oh, they're in another hot story we might need to know about.
Well, uniformed armed police officers on high school campus.
Oh, that's
a good one.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Right here in
Today.
town?
Beginning today.
God, the Elvis
Kids
election.
bringing guns to school.
Is that because of kids bringing guns?
Yeah.
It's getting to be like L.A.
Yeah, and racial violence. That's it.
You know.
Jesus. You ever seen it before? No, I haven't. Oh, no? No. Kind of wild, huh? What do you think? I don't know. Don't know? Shall I say enlightening? Enlightening, yeah. What do you think?
What do I think about the sign?
Yeah.
It's out of the ordinary, I guess.
Huh? What kind of message does it say to you? I'm so ridiculously jaded by now, I don't give a shit. Oh, you're so jaded you don't care, huh?
We're doomed, anyway.
We're doomed. We're doomed?
We're doomed to self-destruct.
Really?
Humanity is programmed to self-destruct.
So what should we do about it? Nothing?
We're hopeless.
Yeah?
We're helpless and hopeless.
Buy another set of final sheets and go.
That's right, you might as well just ride it out.
Uh-huh, okay.
Gross national product, that's the thing. The gross national product is gross. We need a beautiful national product. The earth. Because if you subtracted the ecological cost from, if you subtracted the ecological cost from the gross national product, then we would have no product. It would be all negative, but we don't account for that.
You know, Judith, I'm just wondering, how did you just see the piece in the Times, or how did you know about it?
Well, I've seen Beth perform before, actually, and I've always wanted to interview her, and then I saw the article. Perfect.
Perfect. That's The campaign. Oh, so full disclosure, you know, we do have electric products in the house. We have not gone completely solar. We live in apartments, and you know, so we're not perfect here.
But we're thinking of getting worms.
Yeah, we're really looking into the whole worm thing because it seems like a really good way to do your the whole composting. You know, this is another thing as First Lady. I would make it much easier for people who live in apartments to be ecologically sound because it's really hard. I mean, homeowners, you have control, but if you live in an apartment, you can just have a compost bin outside, and then your neighbors are all like, "Oh, your compost bin really smells." Oh, you know, and our building doesn't have recycling. We have to so which is fine. I don't mind doing it on my own, but we drive from Hollywood to Santa Monica. And I'm like, is this even ecologically sound? So you have to save so much recycling in order to bring it to make it worth it, because otherwise you're like, I'm using more gas to recycle than it's worth to recycle. So one of my curbside pickup for everyone. Yeah. You know, and compost bins must be regulated.
This would be. Is also as First Lady. This is something you could do. Wouldn't cost any money. Get city or confiscated vehicles from the police lockup. Homeless people or people who need a little extra money. They go around to do the curbside recycling.
Because that's the thing, we're trying to think of changes and improvements that would cost no money. We're looking for really the most low budget. That's one of our keys here.
Kind of like the new Deal.
Yeah, the newest New Deal. I don't know.
The brand new.
Yeah. Way new. Brand new deal. Excellent. So we're trying to, I want to change the national anthem.
To what?
Well, I'm not sure, but I know that Rocket's Red Glare is really over.
Whether it's working to preserve Antarctica or blocking the slaughter of endangered species, Greenpeace is in the forefront of the fight to protect our planet. Greenpeace relies on voluntary contributions. You can help. Write to 1436 U Street, Northwest, Room 3, Washington, D.C., 20009. From nuclear testing to commercial whaling, Greenpeace fights to stop needless destruction of our environment. When the Dutch were dumping radioactive waste at sea, Greenpeace members were there, risking their lives to stop it. And Greenpeace is working here in America to reduce acid rain and to stop toxic dumping. But Greenpeace does more than focus attention on problems. It develops practical, workable solutions to preserve our planet for future generations. Take a moment to help in this critical work. Write Greenpeace, 1436 U Street, Northwest, Room 3, Washington, D.C., 20009. Greenpeace is making a difference. Please help.
Camcorder Network News.
Hi, this is Paul Krasner with a special report for Camnet News. There's a New Age fable called The 100th Monkey, and it's about these monkeys that were on an island in the Pacific, and they always ate their sweet potatoes with the dirt on. And then one day, one young female monkey decided to wash the dirt off in the ocean. And then other monkeys followed suit. And when the 100th monkey, which is really just a metaphor for the critical mass, it could have been the 93rd monkey, it could have been the 108th monkey, when that monkey washed the sweet potato, the dirt off the sweet potato, then all the monkeys on the island did, even the older ones, and monkeys on other islands did. So there was a guy named Rick Springer who started a campaign called the 100th Monkey, and this was to protest nuclear testing at the Nevada test site. The reasons were because since in the past few decades there have been over 700 underground nuclear tests. More than half of them have resulted in radiation leaks causing damage to the atmosphere and to the ground. And the Nevada test site is located illegally on the Shoshone Indian grounds, violating a treaty. And so they were going to go and march to this test site and get arrested. I was there as a speaker, along with Wavy Gravy and Daniel Ellsberg and a lot of music, bands like X. For 2 days we did this, 2 solid days. Not much coverage. You probably didn't see it on your TV news. And then I got home and I watched and I saw on the TV news this guy Rick Springer.
Strengthening.
Oh! Excuse me, President Reagan. President! Oh! Oh my God. There's a real thing of death going on at Tuesday tomorrow.
And that's what made the news. And so you could see Primetime Live, and Diane Sawyer showed that shot and coupled it with this guy who streaked naked across the Academy Award stage when David Niven was speaking, and she coupled it with this blonde woman who runs onto baseball diamonds and kisses the players. So I would like to award the Wonderful Journalism Not Award to Diane Sawyer. As for the 500 people who were arrested, I think that they are in the finest tradition of civil disobedience. And as far as the 100th monkey is concerned, did you know that those monkeys needed that dirt in their diet for roughage? So there's all these constipated monkeys running around on these islands in the Pacific now, thanks to those meddling anthropologists. See you next time.
It's just a figure of speech.